Welcome to the France 24 Observers, the show that's based on our network of ordinary people who are our eyes and ears around the world. We begin today in Israel, which has long been a haven for migrants from East Africa. Many of them found work and their presence was tolerated, but that has all changed. Now they find themselves being thrown out of the country or held in detention camps.
The migrants held demonstrations for several days. Sometimes 5,000 came out, sometimes 10,000, and it's not going to stop. I'm 24 years old and I've been in Israel for 6 years, working in 5-star hotels. I come from Eritrea, a country which is a dictatorship. When I arrived in Israel in 2008, I got a work visa. Here it is. But when I tried to have it renewed, they didn't extend my right to work. It was okay because the hotels kept employing me all the same. But now they've changed the law. They want to put us in camps. I went to ask my visa to be renewed on the 26th of December, and they refused. They said I had to go to a camp. They tell us we're allowed to go out during the day, but it's in the middle of the desert. If you miss a single roll call, you're put in prison. Well, the camp is already pretty much a prison anyway. And why do I have to be in a prison? I'm not a criminal. I've spent my whole life living in prisons. First Eritrea, then Sudan, and I don't want to be in a prison now.
The law that Solomon mentioned allows Israeli authorities to detain illegal immigrants for up to a year without trial. It has been strongly criticized by the United Nations. Next up, a witch hunt in Cameroon. It happened in the southwestern town Beya after a teenage girl died in mysterious circumstances. Our observer Matthias says that rumor and superstition took over.
It all began when a teenage girl died after she consumed something poisonous. The young people in the neighborhood were convinced it was an act of witchcraft, that the girl had somehow been manipulated into eating the poison. She was 17 years old. The next thing that happened is that a man came out into the street with a Bible in his hand. He was called Joseph, apparently. He started saying he was part of a religious sect. He listed the names of other people in the neighborhood he said belonged to the sect. And then it was a night of Friday, January the 3rd, the local people decided to attack the people he had listed. So they went to the people's homes, the supposed members of the sect, with machetes, axes and stones. They destroyed their homes and some nearby shops, and they burned 3 vehicles. By the end of the night, 16 residences had been destroyed and 10 businesses. So was there any proof showing that the sect was behind the poisoning? I don't think so. In any case, they should have waited for the police to do their job. Ordinary citizens are not capable of judging whether something is an act of witchcraft or not. They should wait for a proper police investigation.
Now for our weekly roundup of other stories and images sent in by our observers. First stop, Mozambique. It's been 20 years since the end of the devastating civil war there, but recent fighting between the government and former Renamo rebels is bringing back old memories. Our observer sent us these pictures taken in the Omwan district. They show civilians fleeing a recent outbreak of fighting, carrying what they can. He says it's a sign that fear is returning to his country. Next, some unusual pictures from North Korea. Not military parades and mass rallies, but dance classes and peaceful landscapes. The 360-degree shots are the work of a visitor from Singapore who says he wanted to show another side of the secretive state. He was only allowed to photograph what the government let him, mostly national monuments, but he hopes in future to photograph ordinary North Koreans going about their lives. Now to Ivory Coast, the commercial capital Abidjan, and a video shot earlier this month. A 5-story building collapses as residents look on. Most had left the building after it started wobbling a week earlier, but several people were injured. There have been a number of such collapses in the city in recent months, and the construction minister has ordered inspections and reinforcements. Last stop today, Iran, where websites follow the comings and goings of celebrities just like anywhere else in the world. In this case, French actress Bérénice Bejo, star of 2011's The Artist, posing with Iranian director Asghar Farhadi in New York. But the Iranian news site Khabar Online apparently thought Ms. Bejo was showing too much skin, so the photo was retouched to cover her up. That's it for this week. As always, you can find more reports from our observers on our website, on our Facebook and Twitter pages, and on our apps for smartphones. See you next time.